up, guys? It's Anthony from Anthony's Customs. It is 10 to 11 Thursday night. Going to see the midnight showing of Batman: The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, that's what it's called. I forgot for a second. The one with Bane. Going to see that one. Looking forward to it. I am a huge Batman fan. He's my favorite superhero. So I'm really hoping it's a good movie. Turns out to be what I want it to be. Though I'm not going into it as a fanboy, so if it's bad, I'll let you guys know when I do the review. I don't think it's going to be, but if it is, I'll be unbiased, and we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's good, so I'll let you know when I know. Alright. Alright guys, well, it's a little bit after 3, and I just finished watching Batman, and as much as I wanted to come out of the theater saying, hey, this was way better than Avengers, like some people have been saying, I've seen arguments going back and forth on the internet, this is better than Avengers, no, Avengers is better, blah, 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 back and forth. And like I said, Batman's my #1 superhero. I would have loved to have this be better than Avengers, and it's just not. It's not even close to Avengers, in my opinion. Again, in my opinion, I think that this movie is very satisfactory. Not really above and beyond anything. It was at best on par with '2, which was Batman: The Dark Knight, I guess, and it definitely wasn't better than '2. If anything, 2 was a little bit better. At best for this movie, it was tied with '2. I don't want to get into any spoilers or anything, but the ending will be confusing to people, including myself, based on the news we've heard about the whole Batman series. That being that this is the last of the bunch. They're not doing any more. If they do more, it'll be a reboot, which will tie into the Justice League movie. So having that information there, the ending and bits leading up to the ending don't really make sense to me. Unless it's just fan service and they just put it in there to put it in there. I don't know. But they definitely, I'm not sure what they were going for there. A bunch of deer just ran across the road. As for the movie itself, if we have to break it down, which we might as well, acting was fine. There wasn't really any issue with acting, mostly because there wasn't a whole lot of Batman or Catwoman in the movie. Now, Christian Bale did the same thing he has been doing for Batman, so there's nothing surprising there. A lot of people were suspicious of Anne Hathaway playing Catwoman. It was fine for me. I thought she was alright, but that's mainly because she didn't have to do a whole lot. Maybe it'll be different when I watch it again tomorrow with my other friend, but my reaction right now is that Batman and Catwoman had very small roles in the movie overall, and in my opinion, that's not a good thing. Obviously, I would want Batman and then Catwoman to be in it more. They weren't. The whole Bane thing, I know that was kind of a topic of controversy, a point of contention. Tom Hardy did a fine job. The writing was okay for him, so that was alright. The whole hard to understand him thing was a problem. The 2 people I was with, we all agreed that a lot of the time we could understand him just fine, but a lot of the time the sentences trailed off at the end, or in the beginning you couldn't quite tell what he was saying. And there's really no reason for that. They didn't have to give him a reason to talk funny. They didn't have to do that at all. The whole story behind the mask and all that kind of stuff is just contrary to the comics, as far as I know. You guys know that I'm not a huge comic book reader, but I'm pretty familiar with the Batman storylines, and this Bane storyline that they put in the movie is not really the story for Bane. And the story for the overall movie, I like the way it went, the issues it touched on, but they didn't really develop it enough. It's kind of like they just put it in there to put it in there and tie Bane into it just to make Bane the big bad guy for the movie. So I wasn't real pleased with that. If I had to rate the movie, overall I'd give it like a 7. It was high production quality. Nothing really wrong with it. Just it wasn't what I wanted it to be. I was hoping it was going to be a 9 or a 10. I was expecting it to be like a 6 or a 7 probably, but it was just it left me feeling disappointed because I wanted it to be so much more than I expected it to be, and it didn't deliver. Last thing I want to talk about, probably, I guess, before I just keep rambling, is the action and the special effects. We'll try to break that up into 2 little bits. We'll do special effects first. Special effects are okay by me. They all look good. If you've seen the trailers and you know about the story at all, you know that there's lots of explosions going on in Gotham. And some of those look alright. The football sequence that we saw in a couple of different trailers, it looks alright. It doesn't look super great, but it's probably good enough. A lot of the explosions take place way far away, so it looks like CGI explosions. Special effects like the Batwing, which is just the bat in this movie, it looked pretty not great in the trailers, probably because it wasn't finished. It looks alright, it looks fine in the movie, so that's not an issue. All those kind of special effects are fine. As far as the action goes, there wasn't really a whole lot. Kind of in line with the first 2 movies. I know Batman's more of a story-driven character than he is an action-driven character, but the action was kind of lacking. There were bits and pieces throughout the movie, obviously, to carry it along, but the fight sequences, they were good fight sequences, but they weren't choreographed in any way that was standoutish. It was just pretty much bare bones fighting, which I understand is okay for Bane and Batman, but when you watch the movie you'll see it's pretty basic, and I would have liked to see a little bit more out of it. So really, overall, I'm just going to say this and I'll call it a night. I wanted it to be so much more than it was. It met my expectations, literally. That was it. I expected it to be a decent superhero movie, Batman movie, but nothing special, and that's what it was. I hoped it was more, but it wasn't. So there it is, guys. Maybe if I have a different opinion after I see it again tomorrow, I'll post a new video, but I don't know if that's going to be the case. So you let me know what you guys think after you see it. Please don't post any spoilers. A lot of people won't have seen it by the time you post, so no spoilers. If you want to talk about the movie in particular, something specific, send me a private message. Otherwise, keep it general and spoiler free. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for some more upcoming videos, and in the meantime, keep collecting.